There's all sorts of weird stuff in the chocolate.
What's it called when you the call of shame when you're trying to call like your ex?
He just said he's gonna do something to regret.
Yeah. So he's got all sorts of different candy concoctions that he pulls out. He's got a little mini box.
He milks a giraffe.
He does milk a giraffe in this film, and he asked permission, so it was consensual.
Yeah, that time, but he drugged a man to get there.
Yeah, that's true.
He liked the chocolate.
But it's a gift. It's a gift for thanking them for their service.
Roofies are not gifts.
No. It ultimately brought that guard together with the love of his life, which I was very disappointed. I was thinking at some point in the film, here's something that didn't work. When the little orphan girl is talking about her mom and her little story, they leave room on the side of the frame so that they could do some drawings. I didn't like that. You know, you're just like literally spelling it out for your audience, and everybody's staring at that. I'm just ignoring that because the animation sucks. This is nothing. And you see on her face, and you see her performance, and you can see it there. You can use your own imagination.
No, but kids are stupid.
Like they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That didn't work. And but the point that I was making, I now lost. Son of a bitch. Yeah. So and this is clearly not the Willy Wonka that we know from Gene Wilder's version. Because where is this little orphan girl? Where are his fucking helpers? You have an accountant. So eventually he starts the song off. Starts with a song. Has like 12 shillings to 12 silver pieces, which people keep taking advantage of. By the end of the song, he's got nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, and he needs a place to stay. He goes, this one guy with the most evil voice ever, but I loved his voice.
He's great.
Tom Davis.
Yeah.
And he basically forces him into indentured servitude with this huge contract. And it's like, okay, the little orphan girl, though, who is already forced to work here, helps him out because she thinks he's funny and charming. And she's like, hey, read the fine print. So you think, okay, he's gonna notice. And he goes, everything looks fine here, and he signs it anyway. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna have this grand master plan by the end of the film. He's gonna turn it all around on them. And no, it turns out that this motherfucker can't read.
He can't read, and he's drugging people.
They were very poor. They were on a boat. When the fuck did he go to school, Joe?
He didn't go to school.
He
just taught himself chocolate only.
Yeah, that's why his chocolates are so good. He taught himself magic, and he taught himself chocolate.
What else do you
The
fucking
thing
need?
is, he taught himself real magic somehow. I don't know how. It wasn't fake magic. It was real magician magic, apparently. And he taught himself chocolate making. So, anyways, he signs the fucking thing, which forces him into a really bad deal. It costs him 10,000 shillings, silver pieces, to get out of this. But yet he's going to sell chocolate on the side. And that's when we have our hijinks and cool stuff. And, man, there's just this funny-ass sequence where he tries to distract the lady of the house and, her brute enforcer, Bleacher, by getting them together. She has a weakness for noblemen, and then they make up this story that Bleacher is secretly a nobleman from a poor country or something. And the scene when he comes out,
he's got that outfit, by the way. Did you know he has that exact outfit? He bought it years ago.
I do. I bought it for Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Why? So is it that high? So I can see your legs?
Yes.
So here's what it is. Is Willy Wonka's like, hey, man, you need to show her some thigh, show her some ankle, and show her some knees. Naked.
But if you really want to make her blush, show her some thigh.
Show her some thigh. And so he does. He puts
Next
on the
scene,
outfit that
funny.
Joe has. It's like the little German boy.
Lederhosen.
Yeah, and it's so funny. It's great. Loves the sequence.
Yeah.
And they have fun with it. They teased at these two, hooking up or, him loving her. And they do that subplot. But yeah, go ahead and take it. Somebody take it.
Yeah, so they develop these bad guys, and then he's just selling chocolate, and he's becoming more successful. But the three cartel, heads, the Slugworth and the two other ones that don't matter as much, have this thing set up where they own the city. They're bribing the police with chocolate. They can bribe the courts. They can bribe everything. They have this huge supply of chocolate hidden under the cathedral, and then so Rowan Atkinson is like the corrupt chocolate loving bishop
That was some weird shit. All these monks chanting and the chocolate fiends. Oh, I fucking got it again. So I'm a little disappointed that they do the animation. So I was kind of crapping on the animation. Another animation is shown at one point that shows all of this operation. That one works because we need to see it in a quick form. But in that explanation, they mention there's one female guard and she knows karate or kung fu or something. So I was like, okay, at some point, Willy Wonka or somebody, the Oompa Loompa's gonna have to fight this crazy ass bitch doing flips and shit, and that never happened.
They reviewed it.
Yeah, maybe it's in a deleted scene and they got rid of it because they did mention that she knows some kind of kung fu karate.
Never got it.
Go ahead.
I was disappointed in that.
Yeah, and so the plan is they need to earn enough money to get out of bondage. So they owe these people all this money. He's gonna open up his own place, and then it's successful. He's selling it on the streets, and he's running away from the cops, even though they've bribed them to keep him off of it. And then eventually they earn enough to go legitimate and own a storefront, and they have this major grand opening.
So the first chocolate, let me just go through some of the chocolates. So the first chocolate is the one that has bugs in it.
It has bugs in it.
Apparently floating bugs, and everybody enjoys that when they float up. Then what's the next one?
The second one is the silver linings one. He gives it to her. It's filled. Yeah,
it's the idea. It's got a little cloud lightning, and you go, Wait, you just went twice. There's something, so they do that little thing.
I like the third one.
The confidence one. The giraffe milk
He's
confidence.
Like, will you marry me? He's like, are we going to go on an adventure? He's like, no. Sorry for wasting your time.
That was funny, because it's like, don't crap up. I'm like, why you like that part? Tell me why you like that part.
Because it's funny. He's like, no. I was like, what? Just say yes. He's just like, no.
Yeah. I know, because man was just brutally honest. He's like, nah, we ain't doing none of that.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, bitch, I'm here. This is me. You don't have to accept me and me for me. But no, he wants to do those things.
He
like
just had no confidence.
No confidence.
Then there's the hair growth one that they do.
One.
Yeah, where the cat eats it. They kind of don't give your animals chocolate. It can kill them.
Yes. It's
Don't do
movie.
that.
Don't do
I
kids.
thought you were talking about the other one. So that was the correct one that you can go to the barber shop and you can eat this mustachioed
and you get
cake.
hair.
It's an eclair.
Hair. But then there's another one where they poison it with
The Yeti.
elixir
Yeti
of Yeti.
something.
Yeah, and that's what fucks up his first reveal. So eventually they get so much money they can legitimately buy the shop. They don't buy their way out. I wish there was a line or two that said, "Hey, we did this," instead of buying our way out. And but it doesn't matter because the cartel had the two evil landlords poison the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so they're pretty much back to square one. They they get arrested, and he's given a decision. He's just like, look, well, you leave town forever. You go to the north. You go to the North Pole, and then I will buy everyone's freedom, including your own. But you just have to leave.
And he bribed him. He said, then that little girl orphan, she's gonna get extra money. And he's like, and he grew a friendship with her, because she was so awesome and so positive in helping him. He wanted to help her, giving her a lifetime supply of chocolate.
Diabetes.
I'm like, damn, we're made out good. Oh, I forgot another really standout sequence was when the chief of police is like, look, I'm not going to help you, fucking cartel baron. My wife is saying I need to lose weight. I need to work on, not eating so much chocolate. And then they do this song and dance sequence. That was a good one. We'll talk about the individual songs in a bit. But they get darker later on when they finally poison him. He's ruined. Everybody is like throwing up. How dare you make my child have a mustache? And everybody's running out of the burning building because some bitch was like, you give my child a mustache, I'm going to fucking light your place on fire. I'm like, Jesus Christ, woman.
Good thing no one was standing under that chandelier when you dropped it. Those
crazy ass people. So anyway.
Yeah, and so he accepts and he goes, fine, I'll exile myself. All these people are free. He shot his shot, but then it turns out that he meets with the Oompa Loompa on the boat because there's this thing where subplot where Willie had gone to an island and stolen 4 pods of chocolate from the Oompa Loompas, and then so they said that you have to repay that 1,000-fold. So this Oompa Loompa has been stealing his chocolate for years and years to try to to hoard it all.
Yeah.
And so the Oompa Loompas there on the boat, and they're like, "Hey, I'm going to follow you until you repay me with this chocolate." And then they realize there's a bomb on the boat, and like these people are going to kill him. So
so they have this idea. Luckily, they realize it in time, and then in funny fashion, the Oompa Loompa jumps off first. He jumps with them. Boat explodes. They're like, "We got him." Which I also thought that when he said, "I'm gonna get 1,000 times back," I'm like, okay, so he's stashing chocolate somewhere. Maybe this will come into play where the Oompa Loompa will be like, "Here, like he loses all of his chocolate, and the Oompa Loompa gives him his chocolate to win the day." But that didn't happen.
Yeah, or use
bitch, you're giving me that chocolate back.
That tank of chocolate that they dump into the sewer. It's like that's how he acquires the other Oompa Loompas or something. But no, we don't get that.
No, they don't really tie into how he does the other Oompa Loompas. Maybe they're saving that story for a potential sequel if they make a lot of money. Anyways, this little Oompa Loompa was supposed to guard the chocolate. He was sleeping at the time. It was hilarious. And then they told him, because this motherfucker stole our pods, you have to get out of here. And so he cannot return until he gets, 1,000 times that. Anyways, and then we have a subplot where, like, we're tying a lot of things in towards the end. I think they maybe went one or too many because it would have been fine. Turns out the little orphan girl was the rich girl, and she was in the family the whole fucking time. It's just this, the Slugworth uncle was like, the mother, I guess, one time she got sick, and the mother went to the rich Slugworth and said, "Could you take care of the baby?" And then he's like, "Yes." And then he lied to her and said the baby died. And so...
Because he threw it down the shaft.
And then he threw a baby down a fucking shaft. I'm like, gee, fuck this guy. Luckily it lands safely, because in the next scene, the evil landlord lady and shit is putting her in indentured servitude to work for her. Great. They're not good people. Anyways, what else at that point?
Yeah, and then he gets back, and then there's the heist scene where there's like, look.
Oh, it turns into a heist movie.
Yeah, they got to get a heist movie, so like they need to be able to take down the cartel, and the only way to do so is to get their books and like show that they've been bribing people and stealing and
everybody has a unique skill. What are the skills?
The accountant is accounting.
Yeah.
One lady used to run the telephone lines.
Yeah, so she can like reroute the calls that needs to be rerouted.
Plumbing,
There's
so
a
she
plumber.
knows all the sewage and everything.
Okay.
The little girl is an orphan.
She can read.
She
can read, and she's got gumption.
And then there's the comedian guy who can talk like he's underwater.
And I thought, it's so stupid. He's like, that's my one skill. And I was like, okay, this movie is so stupid. They're going to make it to where he will actually contribute. But he never actually contributed with the voice. Tell me the contribution.